Okay.
am recording. So welcome to my house, everybody, even though I'm in quarantine and none of you can actually come in, but I'm sneaking you in this way virtually. Judy apologizes for not being here because she's on the bus on her way home from a whole day of meetings because everything is so nuts. And this is the third time I'm doing it today. So I hope I don't forget it, like I have it all written down, but you know, when you do something many times, you think, did I say that already? Okay, so Melissa and Haley will keep me on track. So we're meeting today in order to give you a first taste of how to be in contact with your students and to check in on them and possibly also give them some English practice while you're at it. From now until Pesach vacation, we're going to be asked to meet up with our students a few times a week. And this Zoom is meant to help you exit your comfort zone in case you have never done Zoom and to be able to meet them face to face, because you can be in touch with them on WhatsApp, you could be in touch with them on the phone. There's nothing like seeing a person's face for really communicating. And there's teachers here that I don't actually know and haven't necessarily been in touch with us before. So I'm really happy that everybody's who's joining us today has come here. Melissa just wrote in the chat window that if anybody has questions, you all see the chat window. If anybody has questions, you can ask there. You can ask everybody. You can ask some of the people. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. One of the teachers from my school. So you can write in the chat window. You can also write like privately. It doesn't have to be to everybody. And you can raise your hands on the bottom. You know, how many of you are on your phones? I'm guessing Tammy is on her phone. I hope you're not driving, Tammy.
All right, let's show them the hand raising feature.
Yes.
Let's show them how to raise their hands. If everybody if you're not driving, Melissa, Tammy, don't.
Melissa, can you share your screen because you have how to show them? I don't have the hand raising.
Sure. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen by clicking on the dot, the green dot on the bottom of the screen. Okay, and I have.
No, Melissa, we don't see.
But strangely, okay, you don't see my screen.
Can I try it? Do you want me to try mine?
I'll try again.
I got my try.
Let me try. Let me try it again. Do you see my screen?
We see your screen, but not the toolbar, not the screen.
We're missing
in there. It's the wrong.
What happened was once I shared my screen, the toolbar disappeared. Okay, so
it's for signing up. It's not for the Zoom itself. It's for signing up. You have to show us the live Zoom.
I know, but it's not doing that for me. At the bottom of your screen, everybody, you see a little box. Why, Adele, can you mute everybody?
I'm muting everybody. Okay, everybody's muted except Melissa. But you know what?
Okay.
I'll try and share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. And can you see?
Yes, that worked. No, because you don't end up seeing the frame around it, but people can see at the.
Can you see my toolbar?
No.
Now
we only see.
Toolbar?
No, we don't. We only see. No. I see my toolbar, but not yours. It's not showing us that.
Okay.
So what I'm going to suggest is that everybody looks at the bottom of their screen under Adele's chair. If you hover your mouse at the bottom of your screen.
It's not under my chair.
Mute, where you can mute yourself, and then you see participants and share. Okay, if you click on participants, double click participant on your screen. In the center of there is hand. So if you click on there, then you're answering, then you're raising your hand. That means we know that you want to speak, or you're answering some kind of a survey that Adele is asking you to answer. And then afterwards, that's right, I see a lot of you raising your hand. That means that you're with me. Can everybody raise their hand? And we'll see that they know how to do that. Rebecca, Rochi, Sherry, are you with us? Don't raise your hand in real life, Raya. Instead, on your screen, hover your mouse over the bottom of your screen so that you see a toolbar pop up. And you see two people's heads that says participants. Double click on the participants, and it opens up a box on your screen. Right? It work for you this time? So now you have a list of all the participants in Zoom on your screen. And
okay, Melissa, your Wi-Fi
with me.
Your Wi-Fi is cutting out.
Terrible. Yeah. Okay, so now everybody lower your hands, and Adele's going to take over again.
Okay, so virtual learning is going to be implemented in 2 stages. From now until Pesach vacation, and then if need be after Pesach vacation, hopefully not, but we're preparing for the worst. Ruchi says, okay, you don't have to have a video and microphone. If you want to communicate with us, you write like you've done here. So if your schools ask you for a plan of action, what we're recommending you tell them is the following: that Judy and her staff have created a site, and I, meaning you, have participated in a Zoom, which you're doing now, about virtual learning. There are lessons on the portal that you'll be able to recommend to the students, and when Judy sends out a suggested plan, I will give it to you. Okay, so if your schools are pressuring you for plans, tell them, hold on to your horses, we'll get it to you. It's being organized, and I assume like within the next day or 2, these plans will be in place. Goals. From now until Pesach vacation, the one and only goal really is to open and maintain contact with your students in English, of course. They're kind of scared and they're kind of bored, confused, isolated, just like all of us. Like nobody knows what's going on. And our job as adults is to keep them calm and try and keep them laughing and connected to English. So I'm going to show you, there's an amazing site that Judy and the other counselors made, not me, because while they were making it, I was in the middle of trying to get back to this country, which is why I am now in quarantine. But they did a bang-up job, and I'm going to share that with you now. So can you see the Read Virtual English Fun site? Okay, so here's an entire site that was put together around the topic, around the need that we have to teach our students virtually because of the corona crisis. So on one page, there's all this information about the COVID. And I'll be sharing all of these links with you later, so you don't have to write anything down. I'm also recording the session. I see somebody's writing in the chat. Haley, can you please deal with if there's any questions, unmute yourself and deal with the chat if necessary. There's a section for teachers, which will give you instruction. This is a really, really good resource written by an American teacher who teaches in China, and we can learn a lot from her experience. I know I did. There's the link to a site that Siona's counselors made, and there are already lessons online. The ministry are posting online lessons. You go into this link, and it takes you to the ministry site. What you do is you go in, you click on English, you click on the level that you're looking for. Let's say Yud Aleph, Yud Bet, I'm clicking. And it gives you the list of all of the lessons that are happening on that day. Hopefully, for now, it's only one day that's here. But hopefully by tonight, tomorrow's program will be posted here as well, and you'll be able to send it to your students and tell them, suggest that they do relevant lessons. Going back to the virtual site, if you're looking on your phone, up in the right-hand corner, there's this menu that you see on the computer is a drop-down menu in the corner to the right. So that's how you get to all of these different sites. And there's all sorts of fun things that you can do. Excuse me 1 second, somebody's at the door. Mise! Hi, I'm online on a Zoom. Bye. It's a bus. Come later. So. I haven't seen my granddaughter in 2 weeks and I just missed her. Anyway, sorry, I'm back. Where were we? Having fun. Like, one of the main things that you can do with your kids is just do stuff that's fun. So for example, in the fun and the challenges, while you're on, I'm going to actually try this with you guys. No, not challenges. Fun. No, the COVID. For example, there is this video that I'm going to
December 2019.
Try and play. 1 second. Can you still see my screen? Where'd my toolbar go? Okay, can you see the pop-up that I showed? For sharing the screen, I'm sharing the screen and I'm sharing my computer sound, and I'm gonna optimize for full screen video clip. And let's see how this works.
There was a cluster of pneumonia cases in China. Investigations found that it was caused by a previously unknown virus, now named the 2019 novel coronavirus. In this video, we'll take a quick look at what's currently known about the virus.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now. Were you able to hear that okay? Yeah, good. Okay, so that's something new that you just, did you see what I did where I ticked the little boxes that showed optimization? So you can watch videos together with your kids online, and that's really a new thing that did not exist last time I was trying to do it. But if you just want to do something like short for fun, you can also, hang on, do something like this.
Oh, doch nicht in die Hand, Martina, das ist ja eklig.
Wohin denn sonst?
Na, hier rein.
Aha.
Am I the only one laughing?
Oh my God.
Okay, so like, that's another fun thing that you could do with them, you know, watch silly movies. Again, you know what, the most important thing, and those of you who know me know that I'm a medical clown, and I know the best thing for anything is a little bit of laughter. Let me get back to my program. Excuse me.
Andy.
Okay, so we showed Sneezy. There's a challenge. There's a washing hands challenge here, for example. I don't remember exactly where it is. You'll go through it and pick out the things that you want to do with your class. But for example, there's a washing hands challenge where you can encourage the students to make their own video of instructions in English for how to wash your hands thoroughly, and then share it on the next Zoom that you do with them, and talk about it and laugh about it, and have them dub it and dub it in English. So how do you run a Zoom with your students? I'm going to be sending you a PowerPoint that looks like this. Okay, so it's slides that walk you through the whole process of doing it, but I'm also going to show you now a clip that I made that I'll also share with you that shows you how to do it. So you go into your Google Play Store or your iPhone store and you download Zoom to your phone, if you're doing it on your phone. If you're doing it on the computer, you just Google Zoom and follow the instructions and download it. And you start a meeting. Am I still sharing my screen? Are you seeing my screen? Yes.
We've lost your screen. We've lost your screen, Melissa.
Sorry?
Adele.
You lost it?
We've lost your screen now. Yeah,
Oh.
or I've lost it.
Oh,
maybe no, maybe because I'm in the chat. 1 second. I've lost it.
Can anybody else see my screen?
No. No, we've lost your screen.
Sorry. Okay, I'll start again. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Not everybody's muted, Adele. Adele?
Yes.
Please, could you mute everybody again except for me?
Sorry?
Please, could you mute everybody again except for me?
You can unmute yourself. Okay, so this is how you download the Zoom. You go into the Play Store or the Apple or the Google Play Store. You download Zoom and install it on your computer or your, on your phone. For the computer, you just Google Zoom. When you open it on the computer, I prefer to open it with Google. You sign in with one of your Google accounts. And it launches on its own. And then you click on New Meeting and start a meeting. And in the background, you should have other windows open. So you click on Participants and you can invite, one second, you can invite no, wait a minute. You can invite using any of these options. You can invite via Gmail if you have a list of the Gmails of your emails of your students. The way I usually do it is the way I invited you guys via email because I don't have all of you in my phone book. But when I do Zooms with people that I'm in contact with, I do it via WhatsApp. And in order to do it via WhatsApp, you click on copy URL, and then you open up your WhatsApp. For example, with my class, I have a class WhatsApp list and share it with the contacts that I want to share it with. Here I was sharing it with Melissa. So I pulled up Melissa in my WhatsApp. And in the window, I pasted the link that I had copied before. Okay, there's the link and send it. And then I go back to the Zoom. And you can click there to mute everybody as they're joining, because if you've got numerous kids coming into the classroom, you don't want everybody coming in with all the noise. You can also write chats, just like we're doing here on the computer. And then when they come in, you'll see their faces and you'll be able to talk and communicate with them. So again, I'm going to be sending you this clip and the screenshots that are in here. And it's a good thing to practice. Hang on, let me stop sharing my screen so I can see you guys again, because I lose you when I share screen. So it's a good idea for you to, like, I highly recommend any of you here who are coordinators to play around with this, with the Zoom, so that you can practice with your staff and they get used to using it. And it's good just for reaching out to touch your staff. And I see a question here. Hadar asked if we could share it to your class WhatsApp groups as well. That's exactly what I'm recommending, that you, in order to share it with your class, that most of you probably have class WhatsApp groups, and that's really the easiest way to do it. Okay, so let's get back to the menu. So in order to do it, you have to either have their emails or their phone numbers in your WhatsApp groups. If any of you do not have WhatsApp and your students don't have WhatsApp, then the best option is through email. But for that, you have to collect their emails. On the phone, just like on the computer, there's the option of thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up and waving, so that you can ask people questions. Another thing that I'm going to share with you here, and I'm going to share it with you here in the chat window, but it will also be shared with you in an email later, is a Google Doc where you guys can ask questions, and Judy will give answers as she can. So then when all the questions and answers are in the same spot, you can go in and see maybe somebody's asked your question already, and if they haven't, you can ask it there, and others can learn from the answers that you're getting. If you have an individual school issue with the things that we're suggesting here, you can either contact the person that needs to be contacted or your counselor personally. Don't do it on your WhatsApp groups. If you're having trouble with, like if your administration is requiring other things and we're talking about different things to sort of help you bridge that gap. In general, don't overload the WhatsApp groups. We're all in a ton of WhatsApp groups. So just to straighten things out so that we understand what's coming from whom, we all have, I don't know if you noticed, but all of the WhatsApp groups, the names today changed to have a 1 at the front. And that's in order to help us be able to find all of the WhatsApp groups so we don't miss anybody. So when Judy has official information to share, and all official information will come only from Judy, do not listen to rumors because there's a ton of them flying around. Judy does not notify us about anything until it's something that she's gotten from the Mankal or from another completely official source. So Judy is the source of all official information. Melissa will be the source for sharing information about courses and other pedagogical issues. I will be sharing information with everybody about virtual learning tips and invitations to further Zooms, which we will be having. On the same topic, we're having another 2 Zooms tomorrow, the same thing. So if you're in the Zoom, you don't need to do it again. But if you have other colleagues who were not able to participate in any of the 3 Zooms today, and they want to participate in a Zoom, there will be 3 more, at least 3 more. I think 2 tomorrow and another 1 on Tuesday. Plus, I'm going to be uploading the recordings of the Zooms to the Read All You Need site, which I hope everybody knows how to find. I started saying before to all coordinators, I highly advise you consider using the Zoom even today, just to touch base with your staffs, not necessarily for business at first, just to reach out, talk to them, vent a little, laugh a little, open lines of communication, because everybody now, there's people in quarantine, there's people that are just stuck at home with their kids. everybody needs to open these lines of communication and interact. That's like the most important thing between you and your staffs, you and your students. Interact, laugh. I'm sure this is eventually going to be resolved, and we'll be able to get through it a lot better if we get through it together. We have many, many sources of information and aids to help you. Take advantage of us, share the things that you get, and we'll be okay. We're a strong country. You know, I was watching Idan Reichel last night, and I started getting all teary. He started singing Shevet Achim V'Achayot, and I'm saying, this is it. We're really Shevet Achim V'Achayot, and we're going to get through it together, and it's going to be okay. So now that I've finished my spiel, I'm going to unmute everybody, if I can find the right button right now, and open it up for questions. If anybody's
Do you hear me?
questions? Yes, we hear
Adele? Okay. So sorry, I went out for a little bit. My daughter in the Army just called me to tell me where she's going to be hiding out for the next few weeks. So I had to talk to her for a few minutes. I didn't hear everything Adele said, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but I just wanted to emphasize that the Zoom is a beautiful place to have personal contact with your students. And that's something that we're hearing from many directions, that's the most important thing right now. If they do a little more English, a little less English, okay, not a big deal. We want to keep them involved in a little bit of English fun every day so that they don't backslide. Besach HaKol, we have 10 days of school until Pesach vacation. So, you know, if they get in there 5 hours of English, 6 hours of English, matov, like when you're looking at making those lesson plans for the next couple of weeks, you don't have to think like suddenly you're teaching an online course. You have to think about making contact with your students 4 or 5 times, whatever is in your schedule, and having fun, playing hangman with them online,
You know what?
making pictures.
Melissa?
Did you play hangman?
No, I didn't, and that's what
Oh, so
Yeah,
let's play hangman. This is a nice
Okay.
small group. This is a great way to, this is on the Read Fun site, the Read Virtual English Fun site that you've gotten links to. And it's just a great interactive way to stay in touch with your students. So go, Adele.
Okay, so we're going to have some bathroom fun here. So we have a word with, that's your word. Tell me what letter to choose, but say, for example, L as in love, okay?
I'm going to start. I want A as an apple. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, no go.
E as an elephant.
Sorry?
E as an elephant.
E as in elephant. Yay!
O as in orange.
O as in orange. Okay.
U is an unicorn.
U.
On your left. Why isn't it drawing your picture?
I don't know. It stopped doing that today with the vowels.
That's so weird.
Okay, let's
Maybe.
get to the consonant.
R as in rickshaw.
Oh, you guys
Good.
are good.
S is in snake. It's a shower.
Oh, they're too good for this. Good job, Micha. Woohoo!
Hang on, we're gonna do it because you have to.
All right, let's do another one.
Here, hospital. How appropriate is that? Hospital, okay?
Okay, oh my God. N is
Okay.
a neighbor.
Z as in zebra.
Okay, first line.
Oh no.
I as in igloo.
Ooh,
G as in gong show.
Is it syringe or something?
Oh, you're way too good for this. No,
No,
because
it's
syringe
not.
has an E on the end,
Ah, right.
I think.
Ah, it's hospital. Okay,
Yes.
hospital.
As that's in Sam.
R as in rainbow.
T as in tent.
Medicine.
Oh.
Give me
It's
letters.
medicine.
Medicine.
Give me
Medicine,
letters.
right.
Give me letters.
M.
M.
M as in
M
mom.
as in Mary.
D
D
as
as
in
in
E as
dog.
in elephant.
C as in cat.
Yes, that was right. Medicine.
Oh, you're cheating! The teacher cheated!
I didn't cheat.
Oh, very fun. Okay.
So there's a whole bunch of games on the site there that you could play with your students.
Yeah.
These sessions don't have to be your usual teaching and we deal with vocabulary here. Doesn't have to, don't make it grammar lessons. Don't give them unseen's. Don't give them, let them have fun. Do fun stuff with them. Like Melissa said, it's only 10 days, 10 learning days.
Yeah. Well, I have a problem with that because our school is requiring us to give them actual unseen's and prep for the Bagrut for our 11th graders. They're requiring our 10th graders to do the summative assessment that was planned on the 23rd of March. And so they're saying make it a take-home exam and that we have to require them to, we have to tell them that if they don't do it, then they're going to get a 0 on the summative assessment and that's part of their Bagrut, et cetera, et cetera. And I just feel like it's way too much pressure.
Who's speaking? Is this Hadar?
Yep, that's me.
Okay, so we can speak separately. I
Okay.
think that for the Bagrut students, that's a valid point, that the Bagrut students, the 11th and 12th graders are going to be much more interested in keeping their skills up for the Bagrut and progressing rather than playing hangman. But when we say this, we're looking at 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th graders as well. And there's more space to review what you've done until this point this year, review vocabulary, play with words that you know, add some new words for sure, add some new grammar points within the games that you play, but keep it light. That's our approach, and keep in mind that a rule of thumb is that you teach maybe a third of the material that you would teach in a regular lesson. If you're teaching them something new, keep it very small, very pointed, with a lot of fun, interactive activity afterwards. Adele, did you show them the whiteboard?
No.
Okay, so if I share my screen,
Sharing.
oh, okay, Adele shared her screen. When you click on share, you can also have a whiteboard. Now Adele is drawing on the whiteboard, and then I want to draw with her. So I hover my mouse at the top of my screen, and I see view options.
Let everybody draw.
And at the top of my screen, I do view options and I click on annotate. Now I can draw as well. And I can choose what size marker and what color. And I can actually add to Adele's picture. Now, not only that, but I can also type, okay? So I can type my name. I can also type vocabulary words. So if you wanted to play hangman, but with vocabulary words that you've had this year, this would be a great place to do it. Okay, you could actually just simply open up a Zoom and use this whiteboard just as you would in your classroom to play review games with vocabulary and other things that you might want to have during the year. Okay, so it's fun. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Melissa,
yes.
I'm teaching at the Kfar Yarok. We're required to keep with the projects and everything. So all the having fun, I don't know, maybe it's an extra, but we're supposed to actually go as planned.
Okay.
Maybe
so
this
Michal,
not what you're saying. I don't know. Maybe we should pass it on to the schools, because we have to fill in a form by tomorrow and put all the lessons and everything, the projects for 7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Michal. We have less than 1 minute left. The Zoom is about to end. You can be in touch with your counselor or with me directly to discuss that question. Once again, keep in mind that we give you rules of thumb for all of your students. The project can be cut back into a simpler, smaller, more straightforward, shorter activities, and it will still be okay. Okay, so maybe it's time to rethink the project and do it into very small, manageable bits that every time they can give you in one more part of it. Okay, because they're not going to be able to do something big and dramatic at home on their own. They're going to be able to do something focused and pointed. People are worried. People are stressed. They're not going to be able to sit and do a lot of research on something. It's like, you know, God forbid, during a war, nobody can focus on anything. We're checking the news the whole day long.
We're about to disappear, so